Here is Mexico and here is Texas. No, it's Guatemala. And here is a person crossing illegally. And over there are the Mexican authorities, over there the Guatemalan ones, and here the Mexican police officers. And here's the illegal crossing, technically with smuggled goods that didn't go through customs, and they're a human being carrying it, struggling to survive. They're still gonna charge him. Look over there. They're still charging him? That guy kicked me out of there. But why don't you go through customs, boss, if you don't mind me asking? Why don't you go through customs inspection? No, because it's more expensive there.
More expensive?
It's more expensive? Is it cheaper for you or not?
And here we have the Mexican authorities who are watching. I mean, they're witnesses. Authorities from various Mexican agencies, customs agents, National Guard. Look, they're watching this human trafficking and goods literally right under their noses, and nothing happens.
How hard is it to enter Mexico without papers, without going through customs illegally? Well, let's see. Here are these little boats. We're going to cross. Bald but handsome. This is the border between Mexico and Guatemala. Illegal crossings every few minutes. And they're not criminals, just people trying to make it. How can they get ahead? And there's the coyote, by every definition, a coyote just a few meters from crossing.
And here, who is the extortionist? Who's the bad guy here? Customs for extorting people who come with their goods, with taxes they're just going to pocket anyway? Or these gangs that charge people an entry fee 3 times as they pass through here? Or these people who want to enter illegally with contraband goods and don't want to pay taxes to Mexico? Who's the bad guy here? Look, let's see it from the beginning, from the very beginning. Remember, no one is 100% bad or 100% good. You could tell me that these people here charging for entry are the good guys, that they're offering people passing through a cheaper option compared to the real extortion, which is Mexican customs. And others say, no, sir, these people shouldn't be here. Those who want to cross can cross on their own. There shouldn't be extortionists charging people to pass here. Those taxes should be paid to Mexico for the benefit of Mexicans. But those taxes don't even go to the Mexicans, they just get stolen. And these people are only bringing a few goods across. Also, the people charging here put up these ropes, these cords, and these inflatables so people can cross. It's like using any piece of private infrastructure. Like someone giving you a ride in Uber, you're paying them for the ride. Look, let's see it from the very beginning. It all starts here, at the borders between Mexico and Guatemala in my home state, the state of Chiapas. In this case, we are in Frontera Talisman. Here in Frontera Talisman, you can see that there's the highway. Then the international crossing, which is Mexico's customs checkpoint. After that, this little bridge with some shops. And then there's this Guatemalan commercial customs checkpoint. So this space between booths is like an international free zone. This is where our story begins.
Well, here I am entering Guatemala. A legal entry, by the way. I entered legally. Look, there's the flag of Guatemala already. Have you ever heard that saying that goes, you leave Guatemala and end up in Guatepeor? Like looking down on Guatemala, like implying that Mexico is better or that this is a lesser place. Well, let me tell you that the quetzal is worth 2 pesos and 50 cents. You need 2.5 times.
The currency of Mexico.
To buy 1 Guatemalan quetzal. Now imagine if Guatemalans used that logic and said you leave Mexico to go to Mexico-Guatemala. Imagine that. Here in this area, there's a combination of products from both countries. There are products from Guatemala and there are products from Mexico. I mean, you still find gansito, gamesa, marinela, barcel, the sodas, the things from Mexico, but also those from Guatemala. Like a bridge that's half and half. When I was a kid and I used to come here,
I used to come to these
places for 1 peso, they'd give you several quetzals. Now they've beaten us. That's good. Good job, Guatemalans. Keep it up. Shut up those loudmouth Mexicans who think they're superior. Not all of them, not all, but there are some. Welcome to Guatemala, our southern neighbor. This is the entrance to Mexico. Here you pass through a small town called Talisman and then the city of Tapachula, Chiapas, Mexico. It's like the gateway. It welcomes thousands of people from Central America and all over the world. This is the entrance to Mexico. Chiapas. But I'm going to see how much it costs me to cross into Mexico again from here using those little rafts, those small boats. Let's see how it goes. This is what Trump is fighting against. He says that Mexico's southern border is unprotected and that anyone can come in and you don't know who they are. In this case, we have people who are most likely bringing goods to sell. Legal goods, fruits, vegetables, leather, shoes, good people. We are not a country that has thousands of enemies. But if we do have any, well, they could come in through here. That's one of the advantages of not going around making war all over the world. When people come into your country with goods, you don't know what kind of goods they are. But you know they don't want to plant any bombs or crash any planes. Well, for now. And here it doesn't even look like you're making an illegal crossing. Because you're just walking calmly down the street and you'll see a sign that says, "To the raft." Look, welcome to the raft.
Welcome to the thank you. How much should I give you? 50 pesos for two? Yes, do you like it? Then to the second ones. Which tone do you want?
I make the best oven.
Yeah, I follow you on your page. Can I get a photo with you? Sure, Jordan. Yeah, come on, over here, please. Let's do a cheer for Jordan here.
Here is where it happens. Welcome to the dance. Were you playing ball when you posted that?
Yeah, they were passing it to me perfectly. Why?
Look, it's like an ex-cadet tour. Check it out. We're gonna cross over there. Here I go, man. Here I go. Thank you. I'll just sit right here. Well, it's not about broadcasting.
Thank you.
Here comes my dad. Look, hey, that guy Mojara, that's how the crossing to Mexico was. Undocumented. And how many people cross like that every day? What are they carrying? How much are they bringing? How much do they earn? Why is this here? Let's take a look.
Welcome to the raft. Price is 12 quetzals, that's 25 pesos. It's cheap. I mean, if it's an entrance fee, you could say it's a reasonable extortion. I mean, pretty cool. The guys who run this place, it's very hard to know the exact numbers, but according to the Mexican Observatory Against Smuggling, they estimate that about 70,000 tons pass through here every year. But this is just one area. Food products, people selling their corn, their vegetables, your dad, your mom, grandparents, farmers from the countryside who have their radishes, their tortillas, their cheese, and they're bringing it across. If they go through customs, they're going to be charged between 19% and 25% in taxes. This is because this isn't for personal consumption. It's not tax-free. This is a commercial entry with the purpose of selling. Under this category, there are some products that pay up to 50% of the estimated value. That's a lot, isn't it? I don't blame them for skipping it and coming through here. Nobody likes paying taxes. So these 70 tons they estimate are only food, but everything I've seen come through here for the most part isn't food. There are other things, textiles, clothes, shoes, and those face stricter import restrictions, especially textiles. You have to register and hire a customs agent, and they ask for a bribe and a fee. You know how it is. Mexican bureaucracy, they charge you for every little thing. This is, according to Mexican customs, to protect the local textile industry. And that's also valid. Both are valid, you see? There are no good guys or bad guys here, but let's continue with the numbers. There isn't any data either, but I estimate based on what I've seen. I've been here for about 3 hours, and I've seen at least between 10 and 20 trips of these rafts.
Por lo que te puedo decir que
They make at least about 50 trips a day, and in this part of the Suchiate River, there are between 30 and 50 rafts. From this, I mean, if it's 70,000 tons just of food, it must be about 200,000 tons of smuggling a year. Do the math.
Look, they've just finished taking one across and they're already going to pick up the next one. Look, even the person who takes you across helps you with your things.
Well, once you cross the river, you get to this other checkpoint, and here there's another shakedown, but it's also cheap. The guys don't like being recorded. They tell me to turn off my camera, but they don't get aggressive. They're polite. It's just common sense that I can't record them.
You get to what looks like a bus terminal and they charge you 2 quetzals or 5 pesos.
And right there are also these little carts where they offer you transportation. They help you go up this hill so you don't have to carry your goods.
Here, this guy decided not to pay and walk instead. I don't know if it's because the cost is too high, because it takes too much from his profit, or if he just has a lot of energy and enjoys carrying the load. I don't think so. So if 5 pesos or 2 quetzals takes a lot from his profit, then how much is he actually making here? For how much money are these people doing this? It seems like a very normal tour, like one of those trips in Cancun, until you see certain little things that remind you. This is something illegal. This is trafficking. It's an illegal crossing, like right here, right now. They charged us an entry fee, basically protection money, so to speak, and we could have still complained. Why should I pay you? I'm entering my own country just to avoid problems. But now, someone coming from another country, from a more vulnerable position, who doesn't look Mexican, who doesn't speak Spanish, they have no other option but to give in to extortion. There goes my dad to complain about getting the wrong change. Hopefully they don't hit him. Well, while I wait for him, I'll eat this mango I found here. Look, there are a lot of mangoes here. I'm going to eat this one. My dad is still complaining. Let's see, I think they did give him his change.
They didn't give it to me. What happened?
I don't know, no. What's going on?
I don't know. I don't know. At least they got your change right, the ones charging you protection money.
It was my fault because you give the 3 quetzals and I give 10 pesos, and it was one of the 2, well, for quetzals, one was missing.
I mean, they're charging you to enter the river and they're charging you to leave the river. And when my dad went to complain, he asked, why are you charging? And they said it's because those guys don't have Mexican papers. That's why they're coming in here. But they don't have Guatemalan papers either. I mean, they take advantage of that vulnerability, poor people. They're at the very bottom of the chain. They don't have papers to enter Mexico or to stay in Guatemala. That's why anyone who wants to set up a place to collect money there, well, they charge them. They charge them.
And that's where the third and final shakedown comes in. Fee, payment, extortion. Whatever you want to call it, the first one we pay, 12 quetzals or 25 pesos, is to use the rafts to cross the river. Then you pay another one, 4 quetzals or 10 pesos, the one I showed you there at that checkpoint. That's to enter Mexico. And this last one is when you enter with merchandise. Each payment replaces an authority and a process. The first payment for the raft replaces the international bridge. The second payment replaces Mexican immigration. And this third step replaces Mexican customs. This is the tough one.
But why doesn't it clear customs, boss?
If you don't mind me asking.
But, why doesn't it go through the
Customs,
inspection?
because it's more expensive there. More expensive?
It's more expensive. It's cheaper for you. Well, I won't leave it.
I won't interrupt you.
Good luck, thank you. I was left speechless. I don't even know what to say to you guys. Every developed country and every country with order needs to have control over the goods that come in, right? And every country with order charges you a tax for the goods that come in. That's how the European Union does it with all the rich countries, right? I mean, I support a country's right to charge you a tax for the goods you bring in, but at the same time, I support these human beings and their struggle to earn their daily bread. Whose side am I on?
I don't even know what to tell you. Then my dad saw a patrol car parked right there, and he went to tell them that. There's an armed person over there charging people. Why is he in charge there?
Why is he there? Well, if you just cross the river, they only charge you over there and here. Why is he in charge? That, I don't know. Why don't they put you in charge there? He's armed. Should we ask the guard over there?
There's my dad already asking the guards who that is calling me. Oh, what do they want now? Dad, let's go. It could be the same people. What did they tell you?
About what? Because I asked for the National Guard to report the guy who was robbing people there, and they told me they just laughed. They sent me to the head of customs, but I want to talk to the head of the National Guard, not customs. I said, look, come with me to the corner. From here you can see a guy robbing people. Not the National Guard, just a private person in a car. Everyone coming out gives him money. I asked, does he work for you or something? And he got mad. He got mad because, thank you, there's a man there, he's parked, he's not hiding or anything, he's right there on the corner. Come on, I'll show you. He says, I don't have to. Or does he work for you? He says, if he doesn't work for you, who does he work for? Why is he robbing people like that?
Está viendo que nos metimos.
And they told my dad that they saw us recording and that they saw me recording. And look, we just left to avoid any trouble, but not without. Before that, my dad starts talking with the last person he spoke to in this investigation and tells us
That he is a migrant in transit.
People from the United States bring cars and pass through here, supposedly with free passage and no issues, yet they're still being stopped. They're all people from Guatemala who go all the way to the United States, bring cars, and cross all of Mexico, and they cross all of Mexico to get here.
So they're the same customs officers. Let's go now before they catch us. And all these people who enter Chiapas go to the towns where there are immigration offices or where they have family or where they see more people, or those who are closer to the border next to the highway. And the sad thing is that they don't even get to enjoy everything the state of Chiapas has to offer anymore. I mean, they get the worst of both worlds. Chiapas ya es desafortunadamente the poorest state in Mexico, and that's what they get, but it's the most beautiful and naturally rich state in Mexico, and they don't enjoy that anymore. I mean, they get all the disadvantages and can't enjoy any of the advantages. May courage be with you. See you next time.